Hey. Oh, now that I'm split this way, I'm not in the center. Yeah. This way.
This was
Ah!
this was a struggle trying to get in
Okay.
today.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm still not even. Let me come
And
this
it
way. There
and
we
it
go.
still didn't do it.
Yeah, you still low. You still low, sweetheart.
No, that's probably my fault. But no, I did what you told me to do to sign in. Did you
Hmm.
see me? It looked like I was coming in
We're
before.
live.
I know. Hello, everybody.
Okay.
But I was trying to so I could, comment to people. So I came in, and
Oh,
there was a login at the top, so I clicked it. Did you see me like I was coming in before, and I must have left because it
no.
came up to this screen where it said I was in the lobby, but then it had a login. I clicked that. I signed in, connected it to my Facebook and everything, and then it
Hmm.
just I don't know. I don't know how to. And then I went back to the thing, and it just I don't know. It's weird.
It's all right. These are growing pains as we learn to maneuver this system and get it down packed. So I'm all right with it. What I want to do is, let people know we are live. We are live. We are live. So that people can jump on with us this evening. How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there? Has it been a good day? Because I tell you, it's been
It's
one of
been
a kind,
it's been a day. Good
honestly.
day.
I've been trying to keep myself together, but things just be happening.
It was busy. It was just busy. It wasn't. I had a good day. It was just very, very busy. Very busy.
Hey, nephew, love you.
Hello,
Do you
hello.
see it, hear it echo with me?
Nope. Is it echoing in your mic? I mean, in your speaker?
Here it is, but as long as you don't hear it, that's cool.
It was. I had to work right until a little while ago, so y'all have to excuse me, but I'm putting my lip gloss on right now.
Let me just show my nephew's comment real quick. We glowing, Tanya. We glowing. We glowing. So let me do a formal welcome as I invite the friends and family to join us this evening. This is Let's Just Talk with Kim. Of course, I am Kim. Today's topic is, can we just talk about it? And we kind of started it off with just talking about it, just the things that just be going on in our lives and what we be dealing with from time to time. So this is going to be casual conversation and, just letting each other just talk, just talk and see what's up. So, as y'all know, I always have a fantastic host and co-host. My other co-host, unfortunately, um, can't be here this evening. She got called into a last-minute meeting. Now they know this is Monday night. What's wrong with these people? But anyway,
Send them the link.
uh, huh?
Somebody need to send them the link.
Send you the link.
No, send them the link. Whoever called
Oh,
it.
exactly. That's going to call this meeting at the last moment as if, come on now. If I can work through my hard day, the least they can do is show up for a sister, right? Just show up. That's all I'm asking. I
No,
ain't asking for much.
since we just having just talking, let me tell you, I had a supervisor one time who would always wait till the last minute to give me stuff to do. And
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't married, he didn't have any children. At that time, my daughter was maybe in second, third grade.
Right.
I got off work at 5 o'clock every day, and he came running to my desk one day, literally like slid on the floor, on the carpet, stopping to say, I need you to do like three things for me before you go.
Mm-hmm.
It was about a quarter to five. I worked in downtown Detroit. My daughter's school was about 35 to 40-minute drive from downtown in regular traffic. Okay, so this is
Mm.
5 o'clock during rush hour. It's gonna take me an hour to get there, and you had to be there by 6. But he got his coat and his briefcase, and I looked at him and I looked up at the clock and I said, It's 5:45. I'll do one of them before I go. Which one you need me to do? And he looked at me like, I know she didn't. And I said, I mean, you can stay and help me, and we can get all three done by 5 o'clock, or so that I'm not late to get my daughter, or we can both go
Mm.
home now and we can just tackle this first thing in the morning.
Right, right,
And he
right.
was fine, we'll do it in the morning. Like, really?
I never understand why you're so low. You're never in the center. I don't know.
It's girl talk. Let me tell y'all how Kim be getting on my nerves with this camera. Can we talk about that?
We can. I'm just saying, like you looking like mini me over there. You know, like you 5'3.5".
Look that low in my. Well, minimize that big red strip right there.
It is minimized.
No, I'm saying it's too thick because it's not.
No, that's not what it is. It's you.
No, because
That's a little better.
to me, like from my point of view, it doesn't look low to me.
Even if I took it
It
away,
might,
it would
it
be
might also be my chair may be low. Mr. Berry is 12 feet tall, and he be
oh yeah. How about pump yourself? Pump, 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 pump you up.
deep with you today. I can't be doing this with her on a Monday. Monday is not the day for Kim and her nonsense. Nope, it ain't the chair. It's up.
Maybe you need a pillow. You need to sit in the pillow.
Let me tell y'all, we're gonna talk about how I'm going on vacation in 7 days. And I'm gonna spend 7 days in Napa. And my first, whatever kind of adult beverage it is gonna be called the Kim, okay? Because I'm gonna need a break.
Why? Why? Thank you,
And
baby.
when I
You
get
gonna be
to
naming a drink after me?
so,
Look at you.
so while y'all having let's just talk with Kim on Monday, I'm gonna be like praying y'all have a successful show and praising the Lord that Kim ain't giving me a hard time that particular Monday about this camera.
Well, I'm
Oh,
just saying. I just want you to get it right.
it
You
is
have
just
yet. You have yet to get it right. So if you could just get it right for me,
it's
we'll be
wintertime, it's
good.
Monday,
Let me see if I make us smaller, if
and I'm
that'll help
cold, so
you.
that's why I'm wrapped up in this big old sweater because it's
All
cold.
right, that helps you a little if I
Now,
pull
see
out
that?
some.
So it wasn't me.
Oh, it was. It was. It just isn't. I'm still like full figure, and
It
I'm not full figure.
also is my work station, and I have
Mm-hmm.
these really big monitors. So it's sitting. It connects to the top of the monitor.
Right,
So
right.
it's gonna be higher than me anyway.
So
Sorry,
perhaps you need to,
y'all can still see my smiling face. There you go. Nephew said we was glowing. He didn't say turn your camera too low or too high, whatever.
Hey, Nisi
Like,
Poo, how are you? This is
well,
casual talk. We
Teresa,
just gonna be talking about some stuff, whatever comes to our mind. We may ask a few questions because I always got the little questions. So, like, I got the 4,000 question book. We can pull something from out of there. I got one of Tanya's favorites, our moments, and these would be general conversations. What else I got over here? They behind the computer. Relationship debates. One of my other co-hosts, she's not a favorite of that. And let's just talk.
oh, let's do that one.
Let's just talk.
Yeah,
I know, because that's all we're doing is let's just talk about some stuff.
right. Because I'm sick
Now,
and tired of
Tanya doesn't like the fact that I kind of QC the cards.
because
I'm
that's not the. It's supposed to be spontaneous. That's not spontaneous.
Yeah,
So
well, sometimes I think things is inappropriate for us to be talking on live TV. Now, if you feel whatever it is you willing to answer, then we go with what you know.
I mean, because if you don't want to answer, you can say you don't want to answer.
That's true. That's true, and I will. All right, let me cut the deck. So, as far as a check-in for me, it's been kind of busy. Got some family things going. I don't like this. I want us to be full. I feel like you're so far away. Yeah, I just got to get me back in center. Okay, there I go.
It just doesn't.
Oh, you look so much. When you sit up, you look so much better.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit like this all night. Sorry, y'all. It's after 5 o'clock.
And I'm in my seat. Let me maybe if I push back some, I'll sit back. That's what I do. You
Hi,
can
Aunt
monitor.
Patty.
Hey, Aunt Patty, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Let me. Can you monitor the questions or no?
But what do you mean? You want me to write them down or something?
Like be able to. Uh, won't let me get in. Oh, here it is. Enter studio. Because otherwise, I got to use my handy dandy phone
To do what?
to
You mean their
see.
chat?
Hmm.
Are you talking about their chat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I just can't type a comment back to them for whatever reason. But
Oh, okay.
I can always
Oh,
see.
now I got this loud. All right. Well, I can do it then. Well, this episode. Ooh, that should not be in there. Let me remove Mister in the middle. Ain't nobody tell you to jump up in there just so I can read the chat.
I can read
But
the chat and tell you what's in there.
oh well, okay. Well, if
Yeah,
you
I'm
see
just saying I
something,
can always see what they say. I just can't type in there.
oh, okay, all right. So I can type in there with my phone, and if there's something that I need to, because we need to be interactive with our visual audience. They
Right.
might have stuff to say. And if you want me to pop something on the screen, I can do that. See, like I'm gonna pop I just love playing. It's so much fun. See, I got my auntie up there.
I'm mad because I can't. I've got to figure this out.
We could do a run through later to see what's your issue.
You know what? And I wonder. Let's see. Okay, go ahead with your question.
All right, I'm just gonna pick from the top of the deck. Ah, Tanya Marshall, you can go first.
Oh,
What was the lowest point of your life and how did you recover? Mm, mm, mm. The lowest.
hmm. I would say there's 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 two things I would say because I would say one as like a teenager, but there's something totally different as an adult. I was a teenager who I was 14, maybe 15. We
Mm-hmm.
moved out
Mm-hmm.
to the suburbs away from all my friends and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And um, at the time, I was not a fan of my mother's husband.
Mm.
He never did anything to me. He just wasn't cool. He wasn't a nice guy. He never did anything to hurt me or anything like that. So make no mistake. But I was a teenager who didn't like it and wasn't happy and thought that, it would just be better not to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So one day, um, I guess, I had gone through a bit of a depression, but when you're like 14, you don't know what to call it. You know what I mean? I just was
Mm-hmm.
sad and unhappy and didn't like it. And I took a whole bunch of pills one day.
Oh
And
wow.
I can tell you this, the lowest point for me was not the moment that I made a decision to take those pills, but I took those pills. And I remember when I went to bed that night, as I started getting sleepy and feeling drowsy, even before I understood about how to really have a relationship with God, I remember
Mm-hmm.
praying
Mm.
and, and asking God, like, don't let me die. I really don't want to die. And
Wow.
but I had wrote a note. I had wrote a note from my mother, like a goodbye note, and I had put it every morning. My mother would get up and go like into the kitchen or something to make her coffee, whatever it was, as she's getting ready in the morning. So
Mm-hmm.
I took this piece of paper and I had put it on I think it was maybe on the counter in the kitchen or something where I knew she would see it in the morning when she went in there. So I'm in my bed and I'm like praying about like, Lord, help me. I don't know who I'm talking to, how he listening to me, but I'm just like, Lord, please don't let me die. And I remember I fell asleep, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And it was some kind of over the counter medicine, but it made you sleepy and I took a bunch of them. I don't even remember what it was. But so I fell asleep. Well, when my alarm went off in the morning for school, I was in maybe the ninth grade, I think.
Hmm.
I got up. Now in the morning when I woke up, I had no thought about what I had done. Right? I got up.
Wow.
I was get. It ain't like I woke up like, oh my goodness, I didn't die. It was like I woke up like a regular day and didn't think about it right then. I mean, I think once I was up, I was like, oh, like I'm glad I'm awake. But I got
Right.
up. Listen, I'm about to tell my age for real, but it's you know how back in the day before the cell phones and everything, you could dial a number to get the exact time it was or something and the weather. So I had gone into the living room and dialed on the phone to get see what the weather broadcast was going to be
Hmm.
that day.
Hmm.
And as I'm listening for the weather broadcast, it hits me the note. My mother is going to see this note. And I hung up the phone and I turned to run into the kitchen to get it. And as I turned, I will never forget my mother standing there and the look on her face.
That she read the letter.
She had read that letter. I will never in my life forget the look on
Mm.
her face and just that I was the cause of that. It'll make me
Right.
teary eyed
Right.
right now thinking about it.
Right. Right. I'm sure.
I was 14 and I remember I would talk to other young girls about it, who would people would always come and talk to me about things and I would share it with them and explain to them that nothing is ever as bad as we think
Hmm.
and just don't make decisions emotionally because when you regret it, you can't always fix it before the consequences are assigned. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Absolutely.
So it's like, okay, praise the Lord, I didn't die. But what I did to my mother in that moment, over as an adult, what I see as just a spoiled teenager who was mad that she had to live in the suburbs, couldn't hang out with her friends when she went. Like nothing traumatic was happening to me. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
It seemed, I'm sure, like a big deal to me in that moment, but none of it was worth that look on my mother's face.
Mm.
So I
And
think
that's
that was
interesting.
lower
Yeah.
than the moment of taking those pills.
Wow. And it's interesting because that's something we deal with all the time with our youth. We hear so many youth due to pressures, whatever the pressures of life are for them.
Yeah.
Like we tend as adults say, You're a child, what you got to worry about?" But there's so much they see and hear that we don't even realize.
Oh,
Like they see
absolutely.
they go through stuff at school because the realness of children can be so hurtful that it messes with your mind. And that's one of the reasons why I am so into mental health. Like I tell my kids how they need to talk to a counselor. Like I'm always into mental health. And I'm even going to have a show soon. I'm waiting for the girls to give me a date. We're going to have a licensed clinician, a licensed physician, not even a clinician, but a physician who will talk about it, as well as someone who deals with it with their child.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like for myself, I've been very open with my mental health and PSTD experience and grief and compounding grief, vicarious grief. Like so much has gone on in my family that I definitely knew that I needed to make sure my mental well-being. But when at first when I read the question before you started talking, Tanya, I thought about the loss of my son,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the darkest moment. Let me see, what was it?
The lowest.
The lowest. I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking that was the lowest, but that wasn't the lowest. That was the painfulest moment. So it's a difference of the
Yeah.
pain of missing my son and not having him and knowing I will never see him. So that was the most painful moment in my life. But the lowest moment in my life would have to be when I was married. And when I was married, I went through emotional abuse where emotional, yeah, it was just emotional abuse and verbal abuse. It wasn't that he would yell or scream, but he wouldn't say things that would be affirming to me. He would say things that wasn't affirming, and he would treat me as if I wasn't desirable, that, he was cheating on me, like all these things. And there was one time when I, as you spoke, it came to my memory when I was just so depressed, so hurt, didn't want to live no more, didn't want to do this no more. This he had beaten me down emotionally and emotionally and mentally, that I couldn't do it anymore. And
Mhm.
I remember I used to work at this apartment complex in South Philadelphia, for those in Philly, right off the Platte Bridge, and it overlooked it had a beautiful golf course that it overlooked. And I remember when the president was flying in, and when we lived there, we could see Air Force One fly right over. So I love this apartment, and I had four. As soon as it became open, I was like, "It's mine. We're transferring up." Because I love
Mhm.
heights. I love to look out. I love that. So this is my favorite apartment, and we're up pretty high. And I remember sitting on the edge of my bed, looking at the window, and just thinking to myself, I could just throw myself out this window
Wow.
and it'll be over with.
Wow.
And I was just so done. I was so beaten. I was so defeated that I just couldn't do it anymore. I was
Mhm.
like, this is too much for me. I don't want to do this anymore. And what came to my mind was talking to, because I was raised Pentecostal, and in the Pentecostal faith, they put a lot of stress on marriage, and that divorce is a sin, that I felt like I couldn't just divorce. Up there goes sister girl. How we going to get one person? Wait, what's happening here?
Sorry.
Oh Lord, today I thought it was Trina popping in. But
No, it was me. Sorry.
so I um I literally wanted to jump out the window.
Wow.
And I was like, it'll be all over, all over. And I remember somebody saying, like, there was a young woman who recently had it all, and she
Mhm.
jumped off her balcony. And he was saying how that couldn't have been. That's not what a woman would do. A woman would take pills. A woman would do this, that, and the other. But no, a woman would do anything. We don't necessarily pick up a gun, but we
Well,
do a
and
lot
and
of things.
and people
And
want to
let me just
apply.
finish that
Mhm.
one thing. What stopped me was the Lord. I knew the Lord at that point. I was
Mhm.
married and everything. But the Lord placed in my heart to call my father.
Oh wow.
So I called my dad, even though I didn't feel like he was on my side, because he was like, "Well, you just got to work it out, and this, that, and the other, and y'all need to talk, and blah, blah, blah." And I was saying how I couldn't do it anymore. But he was trying to strengthen me, because marriage isn't
Yeah.
easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But oh my God, I can, when you started talking, I was like, that's it. That was my lowest moment, when I literally could have threw myself out of the window. So what would you get ready to say?
I was just saying, like, when you were talking about someone said a woman wouldn't do that, and I think people try to apply rational thinking to irrational behavior. Like,
Mhm.
a rational person would understand that's going to hurt. You know what I'm saying? But in that
Right,
moment,
right.
you're not thinking rationally. And
Mhm.
and and that is why it's so important to sometimes speak to a professional,
Oh, girl.
because you know what is, the straw that broke the camel's back for me may not be the same for you. So
Mhm.
I may not necessarily have the right words to say to you, like, oh, come on, you can do this. No, maybe in that moment you can't.
Right, and that's always the thing that people will say, like, "Come on, girl, shake it off. You know you
Mhm.
worth more than this. You know you this. You know you that. Shake it off. Shake it off." Or the saying that, "I'll give you 5 minutes to cry, but then you gotta get on up. We're gonna keep moving." And to a point, that's okay, because in a sense of, and I don't mean literally 5 minutes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a sense of, you know, I can't let you stay there because it's dangerous
Absolutely.
staying there. But sometimes you don't have the knowledge, whether it's spiritually, because sometimes even your spiritual leaders can't help you in this state. You
Mhm.
need a licensed clinician to help you through this. And like when I was going through my worst times, like because after that I moved out.
Mhm.
Once I came back to my senses, I was like, I ain't doing this. I'm out of here. And I packed up and I left. And I packed up. I left him his chair, his uh god brother. I mean, yeah, his best friend bought him. I gave him a fork, a spoon, a plate, a bowl, and a pan so he can survive. And I was out. I was malicious. I agree. God's work done marvelous things for that in me. I'm not as petty. But that guy the next day, I was like, I just gotta get out of this. I'm not gonna stay in this. So
Mhm.
it's good that you stay, but you also have to get help. And I did. Like I got a licensed um clinician who is also a licensed spiritual advisor, a spiritual counselor. So I always believe as a Christian, I need both. Like you can't just
Mhm.
because we're going to get to the end of the road. Like if you don't back that thing up with some word, you going to lose me. And if you don't know the word and you
Yeah.
start talking half crazy, I'll be like, yeah, this ain't working.
We talk about that all the time. Like, and I am like the least churchy person,
Mhm.
right? Like, I'm not judging what your walk with the Lord looks like.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm not judging how you shout, how you do
That's right.
whatever. That's between you and God.
Mhm. Mhm.
I do say all the time to people, though, what we're not going to do is talk about the parts that you think help you know, make your point or your argument. You got to read the whole book.
Right.
You can't pick and choose which bits and pieces that's going to work for you. So you can't snowball me on the
Right.
word.
Right. 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 Right.
Like
Right.
for real, I'm not kidding. I read it, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Girl,
where you
that's the
get that
one
from?
thing.
That's not what my Bible said.
Right. Or the person when you going through, like, and people do it a lot of times when someone's grieving,
Mhm.
you want to give them a whole bunch of word. Like, I don't know the word. Like, I mean, some people may not, but baby, I don't need that. Like, I know the scripture you're reading. Please do me a favor. Maybe just sit quietly. Ask me if I need anything. Just
You
be
know,
there.
I have a friend who she lost one of her children,
Mhm.
and it was a really rough
I
time.
remember this. Mhm.
Yes, and I remember telling her, like, I wish there was something I could say or do. I know there isn't, but I'm
Mhm.
here for you. Whatever you need, you let me know. And she is a really good friend of mine, so she will laugh when I say this because I said to her, just let me know whatever you need. I love her with all my heart, Kim. And she called me one day with her need. My friend got 7 kids and needed a babysitter. Let me tell y'all how me and Jesus had to talk about this, okay?
I
Because
know
I'm a
that's
woman of
right.
my word. I meant what I said. If it's going to help you, I'm going to do it. But please understand, my spirit is coming, kicking and screaming, okay?
I know that's right. 7? Woo, Jesus. I've been
And
helping
I
my
love them
nephew, and
babies.
that ain't easy.
I love them babies, okay? But when I
Hmm.
tell you one of them, she was crying at one point, talking about, I want my mama. I said, girl, I want your
Your
mama
mama
too.
too. What are you
But
saying?
but
Let's call her. Let's call her right now.
but like but to what you were saying, my point was that we want to give people the assistance that's convenient for us. You know
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying? It's convenient and easy to throw some scriptures at someone. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
that people don't mean it from their heart,
Right. I get
but
you.
sometimes, but you know what but like I refuse to be the person who says, call me whatever you need. And then you call and I'd be like, oh, you know what? But today I can't, because I just
Right.
that's not what I told you.
And that's what I try not to tell someone. I try to tell people to give me, if you need something, give me a call and I will try my best to meet the need. Because there could be something that you ask of me that I can't do. And then you like, well, you told me to call you for anything, because some things I may not be able to meet your need for, or sometimes I might not, unfortunately, I can't be available. Like I will try my best, but I can't, or even sometimes I try to be careful not to even say that, other than I'm here for you. Like if you
And
need to
but
talk, I'm here for you.
well, but I think like for me in that moment, that is exactly what I meant. That I would have
Hmm.
done whatever I could to help ease her pain. And what she needed the day that she called me was a moment. So she needed to
Right,
do
right.
something and needed somebody to come and watch the kids. And praise the Lord that she trusted me with her baby. It was a struggle, but I mean, I had a good
Hmm.
time because the kids are awesome. I love those
You
kids,
a
but
kid person because you
yeah, I
always
love
got the
those
kids
kids.
at the church.
But it was like, whoo, girl, and she crack up
Seven,
at
I
me because
mean,
I tell her the
yeah.
truth. Like, I love them babies, but ooh wee, that's a lot of them.
Let me go to the next question.
Hey, Lisa,
Oh, Lisa
Lisa just
girl.
popped in.
What is your honest opinion? Ooh, about me. Go ahead, girl.
I love Kim with all my heart, but she can work my nerves. Let me tell y'all the truth,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Listen, I have the kind of friends who we all are outspoken
Mm-hmm.
and strong willed people. We
We
don't
got our
have low self
game.
esteem where you got to tiptoe around our feelings. She knows she get on my nerves. I know I probably get on hers too. But we can say that and know that I love you. If
Yes,
there was
sir.
nothing that's
Yes,
within my power, if
yes.
I could do something for you, I would. But that's the truth. Somebody who is really your friend and tell you you don't ever get on their nerves, they
They
lying.
lying.
They lying. I'm
At
telling
least I know, I can be a lot.
you.
I
Listen,
know.
that's probably why
And
you
I
get on the
know
nerves because I know I'm a lot.
most people got to take me in doses, and I know some people take me or they leave me, and that's good for me too. Whatever you got to do for you,
Listen,
do for you.
let me tell you. I asked. I forget what we were talking about one day, and I said I wasn't even talking to Mr. Berry. I was talking to one of my friends or something on the phone, and I said, well, yeah, they were asking me how we were doing or something. Must have been right after we got married. And I said, let me tell you something. Mr. Berry sometimes will get on my nerves. I said, but I love him with all my heart. And I'm sure I get on his nerves too. He walking through the room, he said, right, right. I said, well, nobody asking you no questions.
See, that's what I'm talking about. So, what is it that about you? My honest opinion about you is sometimes, Tanya, you could be too raw.
Oh my God. I just want to hear from your niece and nephew. Can y'all believe she's saying that to somebody?
You could just be so raw sometimes. I'd be like, well, dang. Well,
And
excuse
I've done
me.
that to you.
No, not necessarily to
I
me,
was about
but
to
you've
say,
done it to
I
other
can't
people
remember. I mean, I maybe
in my
remember
presence.
some times I might have
Like if
turned
Trina
close.
was here, Trina could talk to it. Trina could talk to it.
What?
That you could be raw. I heard you raw with Trina. See, look at there. Look at
Listen,
there. The flag of the hand says it all.
okay, so let me tell y'all. My mother and Trina's mother were best friends when they were pregnant with the two of us, so we were raised like sisters. So we raw with each other, okay? We
And I
know,
personally don't mind that kind of stuff because
yeah,
I
we
don't.
we know where. I remember somebody telling me one time, one of my other friends, they said she was, and really Trina is my spiritual church friend too, but they said that this other person was my church friend, but that Trina uh what did he say? He knew, Trina knows where all the bodies are buried. And I
Mm.
said, let me tell you something. Trina is my ride or die through thick and thin, keeper of all secrets, because most of them, the secrets we got together, and we gonna take them to the grave together. So we always raw with each other, because ain't nothing to hide. That's just the way
Yeah,
we
that's
wired.
true.
But
And
my
that's the
mother
best
says,
way to be.
she says, my mother says it all the time that I'm harsh with my words. Is the way she puts it.
I
I
can
don't think
see
it's
that.
harsh.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
I can
try
see
to be
that.
harsh.
Sometimes I'll be like, ooh,
I don't try to be harsh.
if Mini Me was here, I wonder how she would what her opinion would be. Because I've
Listen,
heard her stories too.
let me tell you
That's why
something.
she is the way she is.
I was about to say she worse, cause so she don't have nothing to say. Okay, my stepmother said one time, she was talking about my little sister, and she said, "Oh, she is. I can't believe my daughter be doing me like that sometimes. She is so mean. She just be saying anything." And I said, "Have you met my daughter?" And then she said, "Oh, that's right, you win." Yeah,
So
and I
I
know
just
she got it honest. Okay.
right, exactly. Just to get tune in for those who's just jumping in, this is our topic for tonight is can we just talk about some stuff? So that's what we're doing. We answering questions to just talk about some stuff and just to air our true feelings and to hopefully get you would get to know us a little better. And the best part about it, man, we ain't got nothing that we need to hide. I
Okay.
really don't.
I don't have
I'll put it
anything to
out there.
hide.
Yeah, I really don't. I really don't. Anything I say out my mouth is good. It's okay if it come back to me.
You
I'm
know,
good.
and I want to say to what you just said, to the point of that, because some people will say, well, why won't you say this, or why wouldn't you say that, or tell this person this, or tell this person that? There's a difference between me trying to hide something from people and something just not being your business.
Yeah, because you
I'll
need to
I'll
mind your
tell somebody
business.
sometimes something is none of your business. It's not that I don't have
Hmm.
anything to hide. It's not even that I care if you know. I just really don't understand why sometimes people want to know.
Right,
Like,
because it ain't your
why would that be
business.
your business?
It's not. So
So, but
hush
I
up.
don't have nothing to hide.
Exactly. So hush up. I think I forgot to send a link to my parents. But yeah, I am big on that. Like just go hush up. Just hush up.
Okay.
It's none of your business. And if I thought it was your business, perhaps I would say something. But if I didn't, ain't none of your business. So leave me
Okay.
alone. Just leave me alone.
We need to have a we need to do like one of these with the Just Talk
Hmm.
with the girlfriends. I want like Carolyn and Lisa and Trina to all be
I've
on
been
at the same
trying to
time. That
ask
would be
them.
so
They gotta
fun. Like
get
that would have been
in.
hilarious. That last question with all of us. That would
Oh
have been
yeah, well
funny.
all of us.
That would have been funny.
Okay, here's a question. You could
Okay.
choose to answer or not. What's most important to you, sex or intimacy? That's an
Intimacy.
easy. Me too. Intimacy. But
Intimacy.
sex is very important.
Yeah, but I think
But
I
intimacy is
think
higher.
I mean we all grown.
Yeah, we are.
You personally, you can't, the better your intimacy is, the better
The
the
better
sex
the
is.
sex is.
So that's why the intimacy is more important.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. I'm just saying, I just wanted to clarify that sex is very important in the right circumstance. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
All right. I don't want to lead no one astray.
Absolutely.
So, do you want to be in a long-term committed relation? Oh, well, that answer for you it is not even necessary, married woman, Mrs. Berry, Mrs. Berry. But for me, absolutely, I want to be in a long-term committed relationship that leads to marriage. And I've shared before that I've been on some dating apps and I've met some okay cute people, but
Mhm.
it had to me, they just didn't realize what a kind how um priceless this diamond was, which is okay with me because everything ain't for everybody. And I'm okay with that.
That's very true. That's
Because I
very
remember
true.
one time I went, I was talking to somebody and he said, "Wow, you just gonna be yourself." I said, "What do you mean?" He was
Who
like,
did you
"Well,
want to meet? My
hello?
representative?
Who was supposed to come?" I'm confused. He was like, I see you, Sharita, saying both. You right, you right. But yeah, I was like, he was like, well, most people try to put out, what they say, put a good impression out. I said, I am putting out a good impression. I am the
Listen
good
here.
impression.
I happen to think I'm pretty awesome all the time. Now, I don't know what's wrong if you can't
I
see it.
am. I'm awesome. I think I'm funny. Y'all know I'm adventurous. I'll go anywhere, anytime. I'll try anything. I love having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like this is adventurous just having this dang on podcast. Let me tell you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I love me. And I think you should too. But if you don't, those shoes are made for walking. This is what they do.
First of all, I can't believe you picking that song like that's your jam over there.
It is. It is. Remember they used
That's
to jump
funny.
like that? Yeah,
Mm.
child. So, but yeah, I'm definitely looking to be in a long-term committed relationship. And I always say I have prospects or a prospect. So I have a prospect, but we'll see. Because I've had prospects before.
But I want to say some. Shariah and I, my daughter and I, were talking
Hmm.
about. She was teaching at church with the little kids on Sunday, and the lesson
Hmm.
was about jealousy and about sharing. And so she was talking to them about how, to encourage each other. If somebody gets something that maybe you wanted before you
Hmm.
do, how to talking to them about celebrating that and being happy for how happy it made your friend or whomever, and that your
Hmm.
time will come. When it's your time, that's what's going to happen. And the reason I'm saying this is because sometimes when people are when you're when you become like one of the friends who was a part of a bunch that was maybe a bunch or of single friends, and you get married, and sometimes there can be that jealousy that creeps in. And I remember when uh one of the ladies at my church got married, and I remember saying to her, I don't understand when people get upset and act funny about towards
Hmm.
you or jealous of that. The way I see it, if your husband is here, if the Lord sent your husband, that means you are checked off the list. Now I moved up one spot in the line, so I'm a little closer to what my blessing is.
Right, right, right.
And so I'm saying this now because I'm going to tell y'all, Kim is your cheerleader. Do you hear me? I don't care who getting married or what is going on. She will celebrate maybe more than you sometimes when you happy about something or you get blessed. And that is truly a sign of a good friend. You know what I'm saying? Who in that moment when it's your moment, she is giving no thought to her. She is
Hmm.
celebrating you and helping and encouraging you. So I think that's awesome. That's one of the
I
reasons why I put
try.
up with her getting on my nerves because of them other times like that.
That's the finer quality in me. But I take that as because when I see my friends celebrate or great things happen to my friends, the way I truly feel about it is that's just a snapshot of what God can do for me.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to
Absolutely.
celebrate with you as if it was me because I know my time is coming. Whatever it is, whatever my joy, happy, 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 joy moment is,
Yes.
it's coming. And so
Yes.
I'm free to celebrate you because I don't need to be jealous over you. I
Right.
don't need to be wanting what you got. None of that. I'm my own person and I know that. So what I do is really just, celebrate with you.
Mhm.
Like even when sometimes I don't feel like it, just because I'm tired. Y'all know I like to sleep.
I can't.
So But I would go all out with you. Now, I remember we just went to Lisa's. That was a blessed time when her
Oh,
hubby
we
got
had a
threw her a
blast.
big. Yes, Lord. He cooked his face off. I'm gonna
He
tell you,
did.
my brother was cooking. But I was a trooper. It was getting late and I wasn't going to say a thing. And Lisa was like, my
Kim was
girlfriend needs
asleep.
to go to bed.
Her eyes might have been open, but she was asleep.
But whatever was happening, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, it's candy time before. Oh, okay. We're going to, oh, okay. And then I'll never forget. Lisa was like, excuse me, I know my girlfriend. Now, this is her party. She was like, my girlfriend needs to go to bed. Come on. Let me show you where you sleeping. I was like, thank you. Because I would have stayed up. I would have, but I'm so tired. That blessed my heart so though, because that meant my girlfriend knew me. And she was like, nah, she can't do this. She about to roll over on the floor. Y'all ain't gonna have her having a fit just because we having a good time. And I did. She showed me where I was gonna put my head down and I was out.
That is hilarious.
I was like forgetting about y'all people. Y'all do what you do. You can
Listen,
party all night long. I'm going to bed.
I think you went to sleep before I left, didn't you?
Mm, I never seen you leave.
I was so tired. Listen,
Uh-huh. I was asleep before that.
I'm
I
an
ain't
early
even
morning
realize
person too.
Carolyn was in the bed until some ruckus started. And I was like, Carolyn.
I was so sleepy. I was like, okay, come on, Mr. Berry, I'm ready.
And I enjoy rolling with my friends.
And I'm gonna
I
tell you,
love girl
it's
time.
we have such a good time. And I think part of it too is that all of us are mothers. All
Hmm.
of us are professionals. All of us are busy and very involved in
Hmm.
ministry. Like we all have so much going on and we all doing so much that often, even when we're interacting, whether it's through some business venture or ministry or something, we're still busy. So I
Hmm.
think whenever we have that time to be able to relax around one another, we don't have to have no big fancy thing going on.
Mm-mm.
We could just be
Mm-mm.
sitting and laughing and talking,
Yeah. Yeah. I love
buying
my
our
girls.
wine
Yeah.
glasses at the dollar store so we can have
Yeah.
us a glass of wine
Yeah, all
together,
you gotta tell me, you got an open invitation. I'll be like, oh, okay. So, what you
Listen,
doing?
let me tell y'all, Kim messed around and said that to the wrong person. She told me, "What you doing for your birthday?" Cause I'm coming. I said, "Oh, come on in."
Yeah, that was a lot. Mind you, though, when I asked, you said nothing. I'm doing nothing.
Well, I really wasn't, but
And then you created this whole thing.
to be honest, I usually am doing nothing, and then it gets closer, and then I'm
Mm.
like, "Okay, let's go to dinner." And then, well, and then we could do this, and then and then it's yeah. What was it? 4 days, 5 days?
Oh, girl, yes. It was so much, though. I was like, oh my
We had a good
gosh.
time though, girl.
We did. We did. That was my Canada trip. Child, please. Didn't even know. It was like a highway. I had to go live to say, did y'all know? Look, it's like the bridge. It's like the Walt Whitman Bridge. You just take it across and you and Ken. I was so like blown away. Like I was a kid in a
And it's
candy
so
shop.
like for someone who lives here, it's just I was
Yeah, because
like,
you was like,
you were like,
what?
did that sign say Canada? And I was like, yeah, that's Canada right there where the lights at. You see them lights on them buildings right there? That's Canada.
I
It was
was
no big
tickled.
deal.
And she was like, oh, if you had your passport, I would take you. I was like, girl, I never leave home without it. Let's go.
See, there I go again, opening my big mouth, offering to do something. Now she got me driving to Canada on Saturday afternoon.
Yep, and we had a ball. It was so nice. She took me sightseeing. I was just like, oh my, this is wonderful. I've been to Canada.
It
I
was
was
Oh
so
no.
excited.
We had a
It
good
was
time.
just
We had a
fun.
whole photo shoot out there.
I'm telling you, it was so much fun. So much fun. All right, let me see what the next question is. Darn it. Oh, there it is. I don't know what I, whoops. Okay. Do you believe in living together before marriage? Why or why not?
Well, I said no.
Right.
Um, I just I just feel like for me it was a matter of what I believed in my heart
Mhm.
that God
Mhm.
expected me to do.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I believed that if I was praying and asking God to send my husband, and I know the characteristics of the man I wanted to marry, I know what I asked God to do, that
Mhm.
I just believed. I used to tell my daughter, if you do everything that you're supposed to do, it's really hard for your parents to tell you no. If you
Right.
get good grades, you always respectful, you do your chores, your room is clean. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to keep talking to you about the same things over and over again.
Mhm.
If you come
Mhm.
to me and want to do something, I may not necessarily want to let you go do it, but it's harder to say no when you've taken care of everything you were supposed to do.
Right. Right.
I truly believe that of my heavenly Father. If I did all the things I believed he was directing me to do, that why wouldn't he answer the prayer I had?
Mhm. Mhm.
And so that's just what I did. And I remember someone asking me before, well, what if y'all don't like each other when y'all live together? Or what if this or what if that? And I said, well, if I believe that I'm marrying the man that God sent, he's not going to send the wrong one.
Talk about it.
He's not going to send the wrong one.
Right.
I've had people say, well, what about the sex? What if you don't like it? Who knows me better than God? Okay, let's keep it real. He knows what I like.
Hey, hey, hey.
Okay, so who better? Can't nobody else. None of my friends, as much and as well as they think they know me,
Mhm.
they could not pick someone for me better than who God picks.
Exactly. Exactly.
And Sharita was asking, what was the question? Can you repeat the question
Oh,
again
do
for
you
her?
believe in living together before marriage? Why or why not?
So I was just giving my reasons why I believed not. And I will say this, that I remember when my husband and I were dating, and I remember him saying to me one time, we were, see each other every day. We were hanging out together all the time, and he's like, I really just want you to be here with me all the time. And I said, well, that sounds like you need a wife. Like, I'm too old to be somebody's girlfriend, and that's just not what I want to do. And we continue. So I was always very upfront about it, and so we talked about it a lot and everything, and we just dated, but we did not live together. We did not sleep together before we got married or any of that. And when I tell you that the Lord blessed me with everything I asked for and then some, He is even things that I didn't necessarily think I wanted or needed.
Mm.
He is. And
Yeah,
so,
my
and none
brother
of us
is a
are.
good. I love my
He is
brother. He's
awesome,
so awesome.
even
I love all
and
my brothers.
that doesn't
He
even
married
mean,
my
and
girlfriend's marriage.
I say this too, that doesn't mean neither of us are perfect, right? So, we get on each other's nerves sometimes. We have issues just like everybody else. But
Mhm.
at the end of the
Mhm.
day, there's nothing I wouldn't do for my husband and nothing he wouldn't do for me. And he is awesome.
Right.
And
And I
so
believe
God
the
did
same.
that, okay?
Yeah, I definitely believe the same thing because if you want it to be blessed, you got to do things in accordance to God.
Absolutely.
What he
Absolutely.
ordains, and he's not going to bless a hot mess. So
Absolutely.
a lot of times, and sometimes I even know couples, married couples that kind of contribute having sex before marriage, kind
Mhm.
of mess probably is because it's consequences to sin. It may not
Oh,
look the way
absolutely.
you think it is,
Absolutely.
but it's consequences to sin. And they felt that
Oh
probably
my.
some things that they did because of what they did could be the fruits that they're dealing with now.
Mm.
So my goal is some that is definitely my vision is that not to have sex before not to live with someone before marriage, especially not to live. I remember when I was getting married, come to think of it.
Mhm.
Um it was so funny. So but I will say we did have sex before marriage. So then look at that. We had sex before marriage. It was a hot mess. But I refuse to live together
Mhm.
before we got married. So much so that I went, we picked out an apartment. We were supposed to be getting married. We was getting married soon. We picked out the apartment. Him and his daughter was going to live there. I had changes done in the apartment, the whole nine, everything. We went to go, I shouldn't say we. He went to go to put the deposit down and I was with him. He turned to me and said, now this means I'm gonna have to push back your engagement ring and it's gonna delay the marriage. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I have a habit of just not having a reaction to something, but I'm having a reaction to something. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. So I walked over to the lady. I was like, oh, thank you so much for everything that you did, but we're not going to be able to get this apartment. Both
Mm.
of them was so mad. Like he was very mad. But she was just like shocked because she had did everything I asked. Because one of the rooms had a glass door, and baby girl was too young for that. If she went to slam, she could fall through the glass. I ain't hurting my baby. So like I had all this stuff done.
Wow.
And when he said that to me right before, I think he probably said it because he thought that, okay, we
I was
all the
I
way
was going to ask,
here.
was he thinking you were gonna move in?
Yeah, even
Oh,
that's how I feel. Because
gotcha.
why wait until we're about to sign the lease and you about to put the money down?
Yeah, because you knew before you got here what was
Hello,
gonna
you knew
happen.
this is it. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay, okay, cool. Yeah, no, we're not gonna be I'm sorry, something just came up and we will not be able to get this apartment. And she was like, what do we need to negotiate anything? And I was like, no, we don't need to negotiate anything. It's pretty final. uh but we're not getting this. Oh, he was mad at me. I was like, oh no, boo, we're definitely not going to be living together and not get married. Like,
Yeah.
no, we're not going to do that. So for me, I'm not gonna be living with no man that ain't my husband. That's just not gonna happen. Don't
My
I'm not
daughter would
in the
say
shack
all the
for that.
time, even to her friends, one of her friends was upset with her because she was moving in with a guy. This was several years ago, and
Mhm.
my daughter said the only way we signing our names on the same lease is if we sign in the same last name.
Come on now. Come on now. Listen, we need some commitment in here. It can't be no fly by night thing. It can't be no, well, I'm leaving, even though I did leave.
You
But
know
that's
what always
beside the
gets
point.
me? What always gets me is but we gonna be together forever.
Ah, that's full. That's full of
Okay,
crap.
and let's say you're right. Then what's wrong with getting married?
Married. Yeah, that's a bunch of crap.
Right, it's a bunch of crap.
So please spare me.
Yes, please.
Spare me. Spare me all the smoke being blown. Because I ain't trying to hear that foolishness. All right, let's see what's up. I can't see the time. How we
It's
doing on
eight
the time?
o'clock.
Wow. Yeah, we gotta get ready. This will be our last question. What are three of your top pet peeves when it comes to the opposite sex? Mm.
We should have just went home. Y'all trying to get me in trouble.
You the one that wanted to. We gonna
Let
answer
me
questions.
see.
If you don't want to answer, you just don't have to.
No, no, no. I'm a trooper. Let's see. I'm trying to think of because when I say stuff like Mr. Berry get on my nerves, it's usually not. I mean, you know what I
Right.
mean? It's not really a
It's
pet
nothing big.
peeve type of thing. Um, oh no, I got one. I can't stand when there's like I'm a little OCD, so I'm trying to work on that because it's hard for
Mhm.
other people to have to live with that, you know. But like for me, I can't stand dishes in the sink.
Oh, wow.
So
Do you have a dishwasher?
yes.
Oh, okay.
So like I will sometimes get up, even it could be late, and I'll get up and straighten everything up in the kitchen. And if there's dishes, I'll
Okay.
rinse everything. I'll put it in the. And I'm bad about that too, because I'll rinse them off. They practically clean by the time I put them into the dishwasher. And but Mr. Berry is a late night snacker sometimes. So then I wake up in the morning and it'd be dish in the sink, and I'd be like, really, just one dish? When you're a little bit OCD, y'all don't understand. Like I probably should see somebody about it because it'll just drive me bananas. But I'm better at it now. I used to be like, man, come on now. Why is there a dish in the sink? Well, probably because he had a glass of water, or maybe he had a sandwich after I went to bed. Because you know I go to bed early. But
Right.
that's probably that's.
Not as
But
early as me
like
though.
it's nothing bad. Like I don't have any pet peeves when
I
it
have
comes
one.
to now I will say opposite sex, not with necessarily my husband. So like I don't
Mhm.
like to see especially grown men, why your pants sagging in your sleep?
Oh my God.
You a whole grown man. Why? I
Grown
always
man.
wonder about that. Like when I was single, I used to think like, really, dude? Like I can't take you to my company function like that.
I You ain't meant to be with me, so it ain't no issue. Cause don't even try. Cause you ain't gonna come with me and have me your pants hanging down. Or you ain't my man.
I can't.
You not for me. That's all I can say. But one of my pet peeves is man explaining. So where you can have a conversation and you just airing some stuff out. You know what I'm saying? But then you're gonna go ahead and explain it. You're gonna man explain this, that, and the other. I'm just sharing with you how I feel. I know that. But I'm just telling you how I feel. And I think sometimes, like, it could be, I know someone who does that to the infinite level. And then we always end up, we still friends, but we always end up arguing. Because I'll be like, dude, because you think you right and you not right. You just want to tell me something, but that's not what I'm saying. You ain't even listening. That's how I feel. That's my pet peeve. When you going above and beyond, first of all, I didn't even ask your opinion. I'm just sharing. Can I just share? Can I just share how I feel without you giving me an instructional manual on what I should do? I
But you
know
know
what I'm
what?
supposed to do.
And I someone told me before, a guy told me before that men are like fixers, right? So we tell them and
Mm,
they want to fix it. And I guess I get that, but I will never forget when he said to me, I realized that when you would say stuff, you didn't want me to fix it, you just wanted me to listen.
hello. If I
So that
ask you,
comes, I guess, with a certain level of
right,
maturity.
maturity, definitely. But if I ask you, yeah, absolutely. But if I don't, just be weary of being too opinionated. Because now I'm like, ugh, what? You think I don't know? Do you think I don't know? And it's to this day, like we argue. He was one of my prospects at one point, but I think we're good friends. I mean, he showed why I declare him as a good friend is when I lost my brother and I lost my nephew. He showed up for me, and he didn't have to.
That's nice.
He showed up for me, and it was so funny because when he did it, I was like boo-hooing, and he didn't know what to do. He was like, "Why you crying? Wait, why you crying?"
What?
He couldn't take it because I was crying. But that's what made
Well,
it
too, if they never see you in that way, like never
right.
see you, and I don't mean in that way, but at that vulnerable state, that's not
Hmm.
your norm.
Yeah, because I don't cry.
So he's probably like,
The heck?
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's just how he was. He didn't know what to do. But because he did that, and because he still checks on me with my parents, he knows what's going on with everybody. He checks up. He'll text me and check about my nieces and my
Yeah.
nephew, nephews and my niece. So that's what makes us friends because you check on me. You don't want nothing from me. You just check on me. But my pet peeve is, oh, come on, come on, bro. I'm a little intelligent. Yeah.
Now I will say this. This is a pet peeve of mine, and praise God, my husband does not do this. But I, like you said, I consider myself an intelligent woman.
Mhm.
Nothing will tick me off more than telling me something or lying in such like I'm stupid. Like don't
Mm.
that I can't that will burn me up. I can't.
Mm.
Like don't tell me that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
Or
do
just
that.
say what you mean.
That's what I
I'm not.
don't understand. We need to
Just
have a girl talk about that. Like
say what you
why can't
mean.
grown people just say if you listen, the best way to be happy is to just be you and be honest and upfront about who you are and what you want. Because
Yeah. Cause
if
I
you try
can't
to
figure it
candy
out.
coat it or you try to change it to manipulate someone else to be in a situation with you, somebody gonna be unhappy because somebody will have been bamboozled in this situation. So,
Mhm.
but I think some people can't deal with that the fact that they can't always have what they want. So then they try to make up some scenario where it fits for you, knowing that's
Mhm.
not the way they wanted it or the way it was meant to
Right.
be for them.
Right.
So I just think like grown people should be able to have a conversation. Hey, this is how I feel. This is what I like. I don't like. This is what I want or I don't want. And then everybody can make an informed decision about whether or not they want to be a part of this.
Correct. Correct.
Like
And
I don't understand why grown people
yeah.
can't just do that.
Right. Right. And I'm so much that. Like I
Listen.
don't listen. I don't read through the cracks. It is what you say, and whatever you say is what it is.
And that is a pet peeve for me also. You don't have to figure out what I'm saying. I am
Mhm.
not shy. I don't have
Mm-mm.
self-esteem issues, and I have no
Mm-mm.
problem speaking my mind.
Yep.
I
Yep.
say exactly what I mean. I don't play no stupid games and beat around the bush. I don't
Mm-mm.
say one thing when really I meant something else. But Kim told y'all I'd just be raw, okay? I say exactly what I'm thinking and what I meant. And I'm very careful and mindful of what I say and how I say it.
Right, right, right. Yeah.
So don't try to read between the lines and interpret what you think I meant instead of
No,
just
because I
listening to
said,
what I said.
yeah, I said exactly what I meant. I
Mm, mm,
did.
mm, mm.
And if I find that what I said was inappropriate, because sometimes everyone know, don't catch me off guard. It, no, it, sometimes it won't be a filter.
Listen,
So if you shock me, I'm
don't
gonna
talk
say
to me
something.
when I'm sleepy and I'm hungry. My filter
Yeah,
don't work,
right, right, yeah. Because I will say, but then
and I don't have
I
very much
feel
remorse.
that I am woman enough to
I
apologize.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're right. Once you state your case, just believe me, please, for the love of God. When I say I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. Like it's nothing.
That part.
And if I shift, I'm not shifting for because of anything, any hard feelings. I shift based off of my life, not based off of our friendship. So, like, sometimes people get mad at me because I'm not the same as I used to be. Well, God is working on me and I'm continuously
Talk to
evolving.
him about it.
So, listen, I am who I am. Like, don't take no hey. Settle down. Settle down. That's all I'm saying. All right, we're not going to belabor this. We are 10 minutes after, but I bless the Lord for all y'all who tuned in.
Thank
This is
y'all for joining us.
yes, this is Let's Just Talk with Kim. I'm Kim. My beautiful co-host is Tanya Berry. You can find me everywhere on all social media platforms as Let's Just Talk with Kim. And Tanya, where can people find you?
I am on Instagram. It is Meet Mrs. Berry 1020, I believe is the number on there. And then on Facebook, Tanya Berry.
All right, so that's where you can find us. Please make sure you like, follow, subscribe, whatever you do. Make sure you comment for those who haven't commented, wasn't watching during the show, you want to comment after the show, I always check the comments. And please subscribe, share, make sure you let the girls know, let the men know. Is Let's Just Talk with Kim, and there is no topic out side of our previews. So if you want to even make a suggestion, feel free. Got a lot of things lined up. I think we booked all the way up until April. This is actually the only free just us girls talk until mid-April, I think. So
I think we should do like a rapid fire girl talk. Like we ask the questions and we got like
first
so
thing,
many seconds to answer.
all right.
Sharita, Sharita, you supposed to be the timekeeper, throwing up flags over there or something when it's time, ma'am. We gotta have a rapid
I
fire.
know.
You know what I
I
mean? So
know.
we could get
Yeah.
a bunch of questions in. Plus, I
Right.
think that's the best part when you don't have enough time to like think up the politically correct answer
Correct.
or way
Yeah,
to
yeah,
say it,
yeah,
just
yeah,
to
yeah,
throw it out
yeah.
there.
The
I think
next
that would be
time we'll try
fun.
to get more try to get a mixture too, the guys and the girls, and then we'll do it that way. So look forward to that. That'll probably be our for next break of having a guest where it's just us. So like I said, is Let's Just Talk with Kim. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, anytime. And I'm still working on my TikTok game. I am. It's coming. Just give me a second. TikTok is calling my name. But for now, see you next week.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.